Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? Today is Monday, April 22nd, the fifth day of the Trump trial and opening statements. Yeah, are y'all excited and happy? Trump is finally on trial. So I call this the crucifixion of Donald J. Trump because he wants to be portrayed like a martyr. He thinks, he's Jesus Christ. But really, Trump is finally being nailed down and held up to the public for his illegal behavior. That's why I call it a crucifixion, honestly. But he's going to have to answer to, all his indiscretions, his illegal behavior, his mob boss orders that he has given and everything. Everybody's going to see the real Donald Trump. And some of you are going to choose not to believe that Trump didn't do all those things. You're not going to believe it, right? There's some of you. And you choose to believe that he is the likeness of Jesus and that he is being unjustly crucified. And everybody has, their own will. They can believe whatever they like. And there is some of you that are going to believe that. But let me tell you, it's just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time that Trump would have to pay for his behavior. Because how many times can you roll the dice and then skate by without any complications or, get away with everything? How many times can you do that? It's just a matter of time, just rolling the dice. So it catches up to everybody sooner or later. And the roof is caving in on Trump. He's doing his best to hold it up. And we see that right before the trial. That's what he's doing. He's trying to hold the roof up by, crying and saying this is a witch hunt and that this is coming directly from President Biden. He's orchestrating all this. The DOJ is all behind it. They're all after him. They want to get him because he's going to be the next president if they don't take him down, So we're going to just hear that whining, whining, whining. That's just him trying to hold the roof up. That's all it is. So this trial is going to have a big effect on Trump's marriage or his so-called marriage. Melania may stay in the marriage for comfort's sake, because she likes the money, she likes the luxury, she likes the lifestyle, but she really doesn't have any empathy or compassion for Trump. And she is so angry that because of Donald Trump's behavior, it's making her look like, that she wasn't enough for Trump, makes her feel less than or look less than. I mean, she's pretty full of herself, so I don't believe that she's really feeling less than, but she doesn't want other people to think that she's less than and portray her that way. So she is so angry about this, But for Trump, it's not that she wasn't enough or she was less than. It's Trump see women as a conquest, something to be conquered. And then he loses interest, basically. So that's what's happened. But he does like to have a beautiful woman on his arm. He does like to have a beautiful wife, a beautiful partner, because he likes to be worshipped and envied. So he wants a beautiful wife, and not because, he's enjoying that beautiful wife, but because he just wants everybody to envy what he has. So it's kind of, he's got some mind games that he plays, he's tripping all the time. But he uses people, he steps on them, and then he throws them away. And we've seen this over and over and over. He just leaves them out to dry. And, he has gotten away with so much wrongdoing but karma has bit him in the ass this time. But we really have to understand how intention factors in with this, because we've seen Trump throughout, his lifetime. We followed him while he was on The Apprentice, and, we've known of Trump for many, many years. Now, we might not have looked at him so sharply as we are now. We weren't so focused in on him as we are now, but we could see that he was living a very comfortable life, doing well. And it looks like, as we look back at his past and see all the things that he's done, and it seems like he's gotten away with everything. But that's not really true, because he's had a lot of setbacks. He's lost a lot of money. He's lost women. His wives have divorced him because of his behavior, and it's cost him a lot of money. So it's not like he wasn't impacted. It's not like he wasn't impacted by his behavior. It's just that he didn't learn. He really didn't learn. But this all has to do with intention. And, there are times that people cause harm and they didn't intend to, right? And there are other times when people want to, be malicious and cause harm to others. But there are times when things that you do can potentially have a negative consequence for others. So for instance, you're driving, right? You're in a hurry, you're late for work, or you're late to pick up your child from school or something, and you accidentally cut somebody off, and you didn't really mean to cut them off. You're just in a hurry and focused on where you got to go. And then that person that you cut off, they're in a bad mood. They go home, they're grumpy, and they get in an argument with their wife, kick the dog, whatever. You know what I mean? So it just has, there's consequences to everybody's behavior and action, and that's how it works. So people can actually do harm, accidentally, and does that build up karma? So when you do something that, cut somebody off, or maybe say something unkind to somebody because you're in a bad mood, does that build up karma for you? Does that? But what if you're intentionally trying to hurt another person? So I think this is the distinction that I feel. It's like when you do things without thinking it through, it still does build up karma, but it may not be an instantaneous karma. It's like some people speed by you and you're like, where's a cop? Where is a cop? This person should get a ticket, Where's a cop when you need one? And other people get in trouble just like that. So I do believe that, and it's kind of funny because this word karma, I kind of don't, there's not another good word for it, but the way that people really think about karma, I don't really believe in it in that way. But energy does get built up, get built up, get built up. Now, when your intention is to do somebody harm, I believe because of your intention, what you're putting out does come back to you rather quickly. So if you're intentionally trying to harm somebody, do something wrong to somebody, it'll come back to you really quickly. If you do something unintentional, but it was still kind of stupid, it may just build up the energy, and it might not be what you want to come to you, but eventually that may seep through and come to you because it's something that's built up over and over and over. So that's kind of the way that I see karma. But, Trump has unintentionally and intentionally done many things that have harmed others because of him being a narcissist, not caring, not having any sympathy. And this is a result in, the way that he was raised, that he was, a spoiled young man raised from rich a rich family. And Trump has over and over, intentionally done things that he knew would impact people in a negative way that would hurt people. He knows that, and he does it anyway. So the karma clock started ticking for Trump a long time ago. It has kicked in. He has gone through challenges. He has had difficulties. Just because he doesn't say, I lost money on this and I lost money on that, because he would never come out and tell the truth that he's lost so much money on so many different things. He would never say that. But I'm telling you that it is now time for Trump to pay the piper. That's what it's come down to. So this netting of protection that Trump has felt, very insulated, very protected. He's always, and I can see it around him. I can see this netting around him splitting. It is splitting and opening. And as this trial goes along, we're going to see some very immature, childish behavior from Trump. Now, we're used to seeing him stand out there, but I don't know what it is, but I'm being shown that it's very childish. He's going to do some very childish things that, it's going to get him in trouble. Y'all already know that he's been reported shitting his pants in court. So y'all have heard all about that. There's been several people talking about him losing control of his bowels because he's falling asleep. This is a condition that I believe Trump has. It's IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. A lot of people have it, and stress can trigger it. So when you're in a very stressful situation, just think, and he can probably control his bowels as long as he's awake, or he can say, I got to go to the bathroom, can we take a bathroom break? But when he falls asleep, he just loses control. When you fall asleep, if you ever had a sleep monitor, you've seen those commercials saying it even knows when you fart. You fart 4 times during the night, Did you know that? You're farting all night long. You may not know that, but you are. So he falls asleep, his body just relaxes, and So hopefully, for the sake of everyone at court, they get plenty of bathroom breaks. Have you ever thought about why Trump's family isn't there in court with him? Why aren't they there supporting him? Because they're afraid of being wrangled into this trial. They really are. They're afraid of, of them coming after, saying, well, maybe we should call, Eric, or let's call Donald Jr. up. Maybe he's got some information. They don't want to be associated with the trial at all. And, also it's embarrassing, to hear about what your dad has been doing with a porn star, So they're not there supporting him because, just like Donald J. Trump, they've learned that they come first, and protecting their own interest and what they want and, their future is more important. So they just get on social media and hide behind their phones. And when they're triggered, they start reposting, all the things that Daddy Trump has already put up, like a president should have complete immunity. So they'll just start reposting all those kind of things. Trump has intentionally done so many illegal and horrible things that he knows that really his best defense is presidential immunity, because that's really the only defense that he has. And, the Supreme Court may insulate Trump on certain issues and duties as a president, but it won't be complete presidential immunity. That's not going to happen. But I think they're going to parse and pick. at it a little bit, and which is really weird, but I believe that's what they're going to do. So stay tuned for day 6 for tomorrow at the Trump trial. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the thumbs up if you like my video. And if you'd like to get a tarot reading with me, a chakra balancing, a healing session, energy cleanse for your home, just look down below. I'll leave my email address and contact me, and we'll get together, okay? All right, guys, do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Bye for now.